Goals are for losers. Systems are for winners. When I first read this in How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big, I was thinking, how could you say that? My life's been built around my goals. But what he meant is that goals without strong systems to make them happen are for losers. A quick example from my experience is school. School gives us a clear goal: get good grades. And the system? Who cares? I was that guy in class that could never stay awake, but still got the grades by studying last minute. So goal accomplished, just with a very lackluster system. Apply that system to life and you're doomed. You can't only look at the goal and neglect the knowledge and skill required to get there. You need to think about what you have to do to reach the goal and why, as well as how you have to do it. Lack any one of these things and you have yourself a poor system, but combined, you have everything you need to build a strong system, which essentially is a large-scale habit. In order to set up a strong foundation for building systems, we're going to focus on how habits work in this video. I'll tackle systems in a different one. Let's take a look at the habit loop from The Power of Habit. Every habit starts with a cue. This can be anything from a time of day, seeing or hearing something, or just a craving. Let's model a good and bad habit: exercise and video games. For exercise, the cue is usually the time of day. For games, it's usually a craving for dopamine or that good feeling you get when you play. Once the cue happens, the routine begins. You start to exercise or you play the game. After the routine, you get the reward: endorphins for exercise and dopamine for video games. Both leave you satisfied. That is the habit loop. It seems simple, but there's a lot of details you will miss if you generalize. You have to pay close attention to the habit you're applying it to because every habit is a different beast. This is just a general framework that fits all habits. If you truly want to break or make habits, you need to do more than just understand how they work. It's going to take time and effort. Your desire plays a huge role. You have to really want it and believe that you can do it. Belief is so important. If you operate in a self-limiting paradigm, you've already failed. Groups can be very helpful for encouragement, but your desire has to be self-sustaining. Your knowledge of the habit has to be clear. Approach it like a scientist. Figure out exactly what cue causes the routine. If you're changing a habit, write down what you were doing, how you felt, where you were, and when. Each factor is very important. Environment, time of day, your emotional state, so on, all of it can matter. For forming habits, carefully decide what your cue is and consider the mentioned factors. If you're forming an exercise habit, make the routine easy to follow. In fact, make it so easy that it's impossible to fail. As you get used to it, you'll naturally want to add more. To change a bad habit, you need to replace the routine with something else that gives you a similar reward. You can get the same good feeling from video games by talking to your friends or just hanging out with them. If that doesn't satisfy you, experiment and find something that does. But don't replace one bad habit with another. You can also experiment with different rewards to find out what you really want and crave. Have a plan to gather knowledge about the cue, routine, and reward for your specific habit. In the end, it comes down to experience. Actually taking action. Here's a guarantee: you will fail along the way. Bad habits come back, good habits fall apart. But you're given a choice when you fail. Let your desire wane, don't even try to learn why you failed, and just forget about trying again. Or let your failure fuel your desire to try even harder. Learn from your mistakes by changing your plan, then try again as a stronger and smarter you. I hope this framework of habits can help. Realize that habits are more than just exercise routines or playing games. The way you talk, walk, eat, and even the way you think are all habits. We really are the sum of our habits, and the best part is, you have the power to shape any habit.